let's just get started with what we're going to do today. I have some entertainment stuff and some world news stuff. We're going to talk about some pretty heavy topics today, so I sort of want to give a content warning at the beginning of this. We're going to be talking about mostly a lot about politics, about people dying, about human rights, which I feel like should not be controversial, but apparently wanting rights for humans is controversial. Um, and I'm going to talk about refugees. I'm going to talk about the new prime minister of the UK. I'm obviously going to talk about the situation, what is going in Iran right now. I'm going to talk about the mass outbreak of bird flu in the Netherlands. I'm going to talk about the far right rising in Europe. And then for some, I guess, some lighter topics, I'm going to talk about, even the lighter topics have like a foundation, a base of something that is serious, but I want to take a little bit more of a lighthearted approach on it, just to make it more bearable, because sometimes I like going about things in a more lighthearted way, just to make it a little bit more approachable to talk about. So I'm going to talk about Andrew Tate. I hope I'm going to be able to talk about him because he was banned from social media, like on all the platforms pretty much. And I'm going to talk about why, and I want to take a look at what can we expect in the strictness of online platforms regarding its creators, and also what the future of Andrew Tate will be like. Is he going to get back his access? Those are things that I would love to take a look at. And of course, the whole him being banned, I mean, I think it's pretty funny. I think it's I'm happy that it happened. I think it's I want to say legit, justifiable. Like, I get why he's banned. Okay, he was really problematic. He had a lot of problematic takes, and I feel like if he were to be on the platform for even longer, then there could definitely be some what do you say, some violence happening in, like, because of him and because of the things he says. And I want to talk about Matt Gaetz. He is, I don't know, some asshole Republican from Florida. There's a lot of stuff that is problematic about Matt Gaetz. And I prefer to not talk about that today, just because there's so much, but I would love to get into that a different day. But the thing is that he joined Twitch, and there were some really funny things happening around that. And I think just in general, him joining Twitch with the culture that is pretty much on Twitch, or at least the people that I watch on Twitch. And that's pretty funny. So, like I said, I want to take a little bit more of a lighthearted approach, at least to those two topics. And if maybe for future episodes, for future live streams, or even videos, whatever, I would love to dive deeper into the less lighthearted part of that. Julia, it took far too long to get him banned. Yes, and far too much public pressure. Absolutely, yes. So let's get started to throwing cards. I mean, I'm not going to be throwing cards. I'm going to be pulling cards. Let's start as we're talking about Andrew Tate. Let's take a look at Andrew Tate. Okay. I here have my Light Years Tarot. I used it last week too. I also have my Dreaming Way Tarot and my Good Karma Tarot. I might pull out my Good Karma Tarot for some really, really heavy topics, just because I like the approach that the Good Karma Tarot often has. So let's take a look at the future of Andrew Tate being banned. So what I also wanted to do is I wanted to pull up some articles, because I like watching other Twitch streamers. Oh wait, I'm clicking the wrong button. So yes, okay. I can I not? Oh, I messed up. Oh no, I messed up. I really wanted to be able to share, but I don't think it's showing, or is it? Yes, it is. It is. It is. I'm really glad that it is showing up. Okay. So what do we see here? Why Andrew Tate was banned from social media. A history of misogynistic remarks caused Andrew Tate to be removed from major social media platforms. So this is like a little bit of the background before we actually get into the reading. He was banned. It was like in late August, so I'm pretty late on this, but this is also a new series that I'm doing. He was banned from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitter. So yeah, the short story is that he is 35 years old. He is a self-help personality who revels in misogyny. He expresses wisdom, quote unquote, that helps men escape the matrix. And he has falsely claimed that women bear some responsibility for being S8 and that they have no innate responsibility and honor. There's so much shit. Like, that is probably not even the worst thing that he has done, which is wild. He is the whole package so far as the emerging new forms of anti-women right-wing extremism that we're seeing is really wild. So misogyny is a hateful ideology and it's not tolerated on TikTok. So that is how TikTok sees it. So that is sort of what is the background of the situation that we're talking about right now. So let's see what we are seeing. What are you saying? Stop being. Why are you paying? What? You don't like tarot? Well, then maybe you clicked on the wrong channel. So I'm so sorry. No worries. I will delete you, and I will also give you a timeout. Okay? So you will be spared from all these. You will be spared from all these. This viewing. Yes. Okay. Let's take a look at what else. Yes, I want to take a look at. I don't have like moderator, so I have to do all the modding myself. But their message is still on the screen here. Oh, that's so funny. I'm not even asking for money too either, so that's funny. Yes, bye bye indeed. So what I really wanted to know, what I find interesting is this is like, I want to say it's strict, but also not, because he really went against people's guidelines. So I think it's very justified that he was banned. But I am really interested in seeing how is the strictness of these social media platforms, how is that gonna continue? I'm gonna close off some things here so that it's no longer here. Why am I not? I'm a little confused as why this. Oh wait. Okay. I have to actually hide them. I think that is better. I think hopefully that will make the message disappear, because I gave them a timeout. But let's see. Yes, I just reported them. So I just want their message to sort of leave from the screen. But oh well. What can we expect in the strictness of online platforms regarding its creators? What can we expect from the strictness of online platforms regarding its creators? Because that is something that I find really interesting. Ooh, we are starting with the Two of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Even this image quality is really great. I'm just, I'm mesmerized with my iMac right now. The Two of Pentacles, to me, it's a card of balance, realistically or ideally. I'm not going to look at realistically. So like, what can we expect? What are we gonna see? That's what I'm like future seeing, I guess. But just what can we expect these online platforms to do? So with the Two of Pentacles, I see it as a card of balance, priorities as well. I feel like right now we are seeing, and this is just something that I've seen, for example, on Twitch, where there is a weird priority in what content to ban and what content to not ban. There are certain things that you can say that will get you an automatic ban or that will give you like a timeout from Twitch, and other things that are sort of accepted, like I want to say like nudity. I don't. The thing is, and this is something that we've seen on Twitch happen before, is what is worse? Like literally balancing things, right? What is worse? Some nudity or some women being provocatively dressed, or racism, misogyny? Like, which one is worse? I think it's pretty obvious that the misogyny and the racism is worse. However, it's either being not treated as equally as in a nudity they're going really hard on, or they're just putting them as equals, which I find really weird. To me, that's not equal at all. And I feel like a lot of platforms are going to be taking a good hard look at what are going to be their priorities, as in what are they gonna go really hard on, like which hills are they willing to die on, as in what is hard, or what is allowed and which is not allowed. I think we're gonna see creators. I think it's also going to be reflected in what creators do, in what creators are gonna stream and what content they are going to create. We're going to see it in that as well. So overall, I feel like we're going to see where these platforms are going to put their priorities. Also in a way, not just in the contents of the content, but also I just lost my train of thought. I had a thought and it left. So I hope I'll think of it again. Yeah, I lost it. So let's take a look. What else can we expect? Like, what can we expect in the strictness of online platforms regarding its creators? Okay. Ooh, I have a couple of cards that I had in the previous readings as well, even though they're shuffled really, really well. I have the I have the 5 of Wands and I have the 6 of Wands. So it's definitely going to be a battle, because some people do think that some, like, I don't know, light nudity or some cleavage showing is worse or is equal to racism, misogyny, and like, what is the word? Like enticing people to violence, like that sort of stuff. All of it is pretty much not allowed on Twitch and other platforms. I happen to know this about Twitch. And there are going to be people who are really against that. Like either they feel like they have a right to like freedom of speech, where they feel like they should be able to say certain things, even though it's against terms of service. So I think there's going to be a real conflict, not just with creators about what they feel like they should be able to say and do and create on these platforms. Maybe there are some people who are going to really try and test the terms of service, where we're going to see creators like, oh, okay, so this is not allowed. However, if I just tune it down a bit or whatever, they're going to really test the terms of service and really like pushing boundaries, I feel like. And here I see 6 of Wands. So if I say, what can we expect in the strictness of online platforms regarding its creators? And we have this of a celebration of a victory. I wonder who is going to be victorious. I wonder. I feel like because we have the one here and audience there, it could either be that this is Twitch being victorious. And I don't know if these are streamers, creators who are, these are all hands like celebrating. So is it like that Twitch is going to be doing something that many creators are happy with? Or is it this is like the creator who's going to be doing something that their audiences are happy with? Overall, I feel like even though there's going to be a real battle and creators really pushing the boundaries when it comes to Twitch, I feel like that is going to help Twitch sort out its priorities. And overall, hopefully, I do think that it's going to be a victory for the platform to really have those boundaries very strict to have the terms of service be really, really clear, and that there are going to be priorities as in what is and what is not allowed on Twitch and other social platforms. But I'm just using Twitch as an example here. So that is interesting, funny. Okay, I also sort of want to see like what is going to be the future of Andrew Tate. Okay, I wanna take a look. What is the future of Andrew Tate? Like, what is he gonna do? Like, what is he gonna do next? What are his next steps? Wait, what? It's because right-wingers shout the loudest. It is both right-wingers who want to police women's bodies, absolutely, and it's right-wingers who are racist. Absolutely. It all comes from a place of trying to have control over other people and giving themselves the illusion of being better than others. Could not have said it better myself. Thank you, Julia. So this is regarding the future of Andrew Tate. It's the Tower and the Sun. I hate this. I don't like this. This is like his tower moment. Things are breaking down. Things are like he is banned. His social media presence was huge for him. He had online businesses. He had like physical businesses. He had like the casino and whatnot. But his online presence was a huge moneymaker for him. It gave him the feeling that he is someone. It gave him the feeling that that he was important. And now that is all sort of crumbling down. However, I feel like I don't want to say that him being banned is gonna do him good in the long term. Maybe just because it's like this tower moment feels like it's gonna lead to the sun, where he's gonna be able to shine and be authentically himself, which for him is being incredibly misogynistic on different platforms. On I hope, Julia, I hope it means he'll see the light. I really hope so. However, if if he is not like just being a character, because it is all so ridiculous, it almost feels like it is like a character what he's all saying. I hope this means that he'll see the light. However, what I thought of was that he he's gonna find a different platform where he's not gonna be silenced at all, where he's not gonna be policed at all, where he can authentically be himself and say all the things that he thinks, which is pretty scary. He'll probably get a cult hero status on a different platform, yes, but the sun will set on this one too. I really hope so. I really hope so. I do feel like this could almost like be a cycle. I don't know, like one second he has his tower moment, and then he has his sun moment, but because he is so problematic and the things that he says are so dangerous, I feel like it's going to lead to another tower moment inevitably. So I feel like he's going to, if he's not going to just go out and do something different and actually make something like a positive difference with his presence, with his influence, I feel like it's just going to be a cycle. I really do. So yeah, that is that for Andrew Tate. Oh, he is such a douchebag. Like, if you want to know everything that he has done, like, I'll link that article that I just pulled up. I'll link it in the description box after this live. But yeah, that's Andrew Tate. Okay, so I do have another entertainment topic about Matt Gaetz joining Twitch, but I think I'm gonna leave it for maybe at the end, just because we have a lot of tough topics to talk about, and I want to have something a little bit more lighthearted to end on. Okay, so since we're talking about Andrew Tate and we were already talking about right wingers, Julia, as a channel member, actually requested this topic in our members Discord. So if you wanna join, if you're watching this and you wanna join the members only Discord, as well as have access to weekly video versions of my podcast, you can become a channel member for $1.99 a month. So let's take a look at, where is it? Here. The overall thing that made me want to talk about this, or why Julia requested it, is the elections in Sweden. A lot of ads here. because in Sweden, the far right were like the biggest winners, and these are just some things that I wanted to um, hit on. Like, even though they aren't universally popular in Sweden, there has been a rise. I saw a graph somewhere. I feel like it's not. No, it's not here. It's in a different tab, which I'll show in a bit. Um, but it's really quite scary, that this, like, from early beginnings, this was a neo. I don't know if I can say this word um, on YouTube, so I won't. But like a neo group, um, only 12 years ago. So um, yeah, it says here the Sweden Democrats may not end up as a formal part of the right wing coalition, which has a slim majority in the Swedish parliament, but they will certainly loom large behind the scenes. And that is the thing. Like, I happen to not know if, thank you for the plug, Julia. I happen to not know exactly um, how the parliament system works in Sweden. I feel like it's a bit similar to here in the Netherlands, where you have a coalition and then you have the opposition, but parties from both sides can um, ask for like amendments and laws to be pushed through, and you can vote on them. And the more voters, like in this case, the right or the Sweden Democrats have, the more chance they have of having pretty scary or just gross laws being pushed through and having support behind that. So I also wanted to take a bit of a look at, like, who are the Sweden Democrats, because I didn't know, and I want to share. I like Wikipedia, okay. Um, so what I saw here, the ideology and political positions, the current party program is based on democratic nationalism and social conservatism, which organize in favor of duty, traditional values, blah, 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 blah. The party also has stated its main focus to be areas of immigration, law and order, and the elderly. So immigration, that's not surprising at all, for right wing, especially far right wing parties, to have really particular stances on. Um, what else did I see? It criticizes multiculturalism in Sweden and emphasizes preserving national heritage. I hate that so much. And then here there's a whole thing on, well, the leader stated that they are parallel with the moderate party, moderates, and then they place themselves around the center of the left right political centrum. Okay, and the party formally rejects this. Okay. Okay, and in recent years has increasingly distanced itself from other European ultranationalist or far right parties. Okay, yet you have very, very similar political points. So, but okay, sure. And yeah, this is like their immigration stance. The Sweden Democrats believe that the current Swedish immigration and integration policies have been a national failure. I'm not gonna give much more thought to this, just because it sucks. I think it's representative democracy, like the Netherlands. I think so too. What I wanted to take a look at for this is, okay, so in the elections, the Sweden Democrats have become pretty large. And I want to know, what effects will this have on Sweden? Like, what can we expect to happen in Sweden because of this, because of the results of this election, with a focus on the Sweden Democrats? I wanted to know, what effects will this have on Sweden? What effects will the results of this election have on Sweden? Oh, I thought a card came out there, but it didn't. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, I'm gonna show you. What? I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. We have the Lovers and we have the Two of Cups. Those are usually like two love or romantic cards. However, we're talking about this in politics. So the first thing that came into mind with the Lovers card, the keyword that I associate with that is commitment. So And then we have the Two of Cups, which is like a bond, an emotional connection between two. So there are a couple of things that are coming to mind here. One of the first things that came to mind is that potentially, like, I feel like committed, being committed to what? I'm sort of trying to like think about this. That might constitute a backlash of socially liberal people. I think so. Yes, I feel like what happens with this like polarization, what we can see happening is that it truly like divides. Like we have the Two of Cups here, and here it is upright, but it could very well, because I have not I didn't put in any reversals, it could also be like a reverse energy here, where instead of people coming together, it polarizes them even more. And both parties or both sides of the polarization are going to be more committed to their cause. This win for the far right is going to make them even more committed to their cause, to what they want to achieve. But on the other hand, we see those who are opposing the far right movement. They are going to be seeing this as a big loss and seeing this as something like, okay, this is happening, this is real, this is serious, this is scary, and we need to be fighting against it. So I feel like this is creating a divide that both people, like both sides, are being more committed to their own causes. That is sort of how I am seeing this, and this is going to be happening within Sweden, but also with the Two of Cups. This could indicate like a divide, but it could also indicate potentially certain, maybe more left wing parties who are going to be working together to potentially in the future get more votes, so they can be bigger parties than any party on the right. Like, and it could also be right wing parties who are not a fan of this far right wing movement, that are gonna start working together. I feel like politically, people are going to work together. I don't know if it's going to be people who you didn't expect to be working together. I don't think that's necessarily the case. But I do think we're going to see some people or some parties working together to sort of beat this right wing shit that is going on. So that is what I feel like is going to be happening in Sweden. But I also wanted to take a look. Yes, and some tolerant people who did not bother to vote might make in the future makes effort. Yes. Sorry, I read that really weirdly. Sorry. But absolutely, I hope so. Now I want to take a look at what effects will this have on Europe. So now we just took a look at what effects this will have on Sweden, but what effects can we see in Europe? Because overall, we see the far right rising in Europe. And this is just one example. So what effects will this election, will the results of this election have on Europe? Let's take a look. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. There are justice card to me is about consequences and rewards, and the fact that every action has a reaction. This could be that because and this is scary shit, right? That the far right in Sweden, because that is having an uprise, because that grew, that far right wing parties in other European countries are going to see like, oh, so even in a country like Sweden, which is traditionally seen as more moderate to leftish, I guess. At least that is always how I've seen it, but I also don't know like super much about foreign politics. That they're going to be like, oh, well, if in Sweden this party could have a lot of wins or could was able to grow, then in my country we could also grow, and that there are going to be more far right parties in other European countries that we're going to be seeing growing as well, which is pretty scary. However, again, because we have that polarization, and we even see polarization here in this card too, with the woman on top and the one on the bottom. It could also be that countries in other, sorry, that parties in other countries are going to see like, oh shit, this was able to happen in Sweden. What if it's going to happen in my country too? And they there might be some protections be set in place in some countries, or maybe in the EU in general, to prevent like these extremists, is what it really is, parties, to be able to get placed in parliament. We're seeing this in the Netherlands as well. We also have a pretty scary far right extremist party in parliament with a couple of seats. It's scary. So this is definitely not a contained case. We are definitely in Europe are going to be seeing consequences, are going to be seeing reactions to this. And I want to know, what reactions are we going to see? What reactions are we going to see? Let's take a look. People coming together. This is a card of friendships. Bonds are going to be close together. Ugh. I'm thinking of things that are really scary. Because this could be a positive thing, right? It could be countries being like countries coming together, hopefully against the far right. However, what if it's not? What if it's multiple far right organizations, far right political parties coming together to push their agenda through Europe, through the EU? That's scary. I almost don't want to say it, and I don't even want to think about it. Um, that's sort of like doom thinking, but that is what I'm thinking about, and it's pretty scary. Unfortunately, we have to worry about that. Yes, unfortunately, we do, and it's really scary. And like I said, I don't want to say this, but that is sort of the first thing that I'm seeing. However, what is maybe a little bit of like the light, like a little bit of a light point, is that where far right extremists come together, opposing parties can also come together to oppose the far right, and to fight for our rights, and to fight for human rights, and to fight for just humanity in general, and human policies in general. So I think that is something that we also have to think about. Yes. Oh, I knew starting this series, some things that I am seeing are not going to be fun. I knew this. I knew this. Um, it's just, I don't like it. Okay. Um, mm, uh, I also had another question written down. What is the future of the far right in Europe? Let's take a look. What is the future of the far right in Europe? I also almost don't want to know this. What is the future of the far right in Europe? The world card. This could indicate that it's going to be something that is going to go over the entire world, or something like that. It could also indicate, and I want this to be true, that because the world card is about things ending, about graduating, about things moving on, and a new cycle starting. So this could either be an old cycle that we've already seen that's going to be repeated, which makes me very scared, because the last time we had far right parties wanting to control Europe, we had something going on. I don't know how much I can say on YouTube, or Twitch for that matter. I don't know how much I can say, but that is scary. I I hope things are going to be ending. I hope this means like people coming together to oppose the far right, and hopefully that will have way more supporters. I feel like it does have way more supporters than the far right actually has. However, we don't know how much people are going to be able to put the brakes on the far right, and that's scary. That's scary. I did not like this reading. I did not. Yes. So, what is the next thing that we can talk about? I'm gonna take a sip of water, and what can we talk about next? Okay. I let's just I'm just gonna go in the order that I had things written down. Since we're already talking about Europe, we are having here in the Netherlands an outbreak of bird flu, which sounds strange, or I don't know. It's like, why is this important? I'm going to show this on stream. Yes. So, like, why is this important? What it says here, all these ads, you guys, all these ads, the ads are following me. Can you see? Bird flu call total nears 4 million with new cases in Groningen and Overijssel. This is wild. The bird flu has been identified at poultry farms in Groningen and Overijssel, taking the total number of birds slaughtered since the outbreak began to nearly 4 million. At least 49 poultry farms located within 10 kilometers of the affected farms are now no longer allowed to transport their birds and manure to avoid the risk of spreading the infection. The current epidemic is the most serious in 20 years, and over 70 farms nationwide have been affected so far. The Netherlands has some 1,700 poultry farms, half of which produce eggs. This is so wild to me, you guys. Oh. And for some of you, this might not be so big. Ooh, what is that emote? What are we looking at here in uh Ruben? Oh my god. Okay, cool. Sure. So I wanted to take a look. Like, okay, so what I said, this might not be important, but I think it is because I've been pretty open about the fact that I am vegan. However, that is not the main reason behind why I think this is concerning. I think it's concerning because if so many like poultry, like chickens have that have the bird flu, overall it can very much break out into the human society, the human population, and then we are screwed. It's just scary to think about. So what I wanted to take a look at is only because, oh sorry, I kicked my my drawer unit here. And because I am vegan, I also want to take a look at what the future of these factories and farms are gonna look like. Like, are there finally gonna be laws into place? I want to use a different deck here. I feel like the readings with the Light Seer's Tarot have been really heavy. I'm gonna take my Dreaming Way Tarot, which usually is not necessarily not heavy, but they're just a little bit straighter to the point. It's big for all of us. Hens get killed because of that bird flu. It means at the very least that poultry is getting much more expensive. Also, yes, at the same time, there is risk of cross infection of humans. Maybe the next pandemic comes from this type of farming in Europe. Yes, yes. And the political party that I actually vote for here in the Netherlands, they have been saying that for years, and it feels like no one is listening. So yeah, let's take a look at what is going to be the future of these farms, which pretty much are just chicken factories, let's be honest. But what is the future gonna look like? Okay, I feel like I have to calm down a bit. It's unsustainable, and that's all before we even consider the miserable life these birds get. Yes, absolutely. I could not agree more. What will the future of these factories be? Ooh, I have the Eight of Cups, which is leaving something behind. So I definitely feel like there are going to be changes. Ooh, King of Swords, authority, and Three of Cups. So all this together. Hi, welcome here. I'm happy to have you. We're currently looking at. You're joining in at a very interesting time. We're looking at the mass outbreak of bird flu in the Netherlands and what the future is going to look like for these factories and farms. So, looking at these cards, to me, the Eight of Cups is leaving something behind. I do not have biceps. Sorry, no. The Eight of Cups is leaving something behind, something that you've invested a lot in emotionally. So yeah, I feel like there are going to be changes happening. This could also just be that we're going to see a lot of poultry farms being, how do I want to say this? Can I mod this in any way? Why can I not? I'm so annoyed with this. Okay. Anyway, I feel like, um, how do I want to say this? The word I feel like the poultry farms who have put in a lot of money, a lot of effort into these into their farms, they're gonna be forced to leave. They're gonna be forced to. I'm gonna try and moderate here. They're gonna be forced to leave their farms behind and to stop it because of everything that is going on. Twitch seems to have a higher nutcase density than YouTube. Yeah. A little bit, yes. Oh, and I'm also annoyed that I cannot seem to mod here. Um, so that is annoying. Oh wait, should I enter in mod view? Let's take a look. Oh yes, I can do that. Cool. Yes. Okay. It worked. Yes, I'm still very new at Twitch too, so I'm trying to not get distracted. But if you have been here more than just today, you know that I get very easily distracted. Look at this King of Swords. This King of Swords, I'm not going to ban you. I'm not going to ban you. You're just here looking and hopefully enjoying. So, what I feel like here with the King of Swords is it's an authority figure, someone who is high up, who has a lot of authority and a lot of influence over other people. And I feel like they are gonna be doing something drastic. I don't know what it's gonna be. Like either this indicates. Uh, I'm almost. I almost feel like this could be someone who doesn't want the truth about these farms and the actual implications and the actual effects on the economy, on society, on the birds, on the environment. They don't want this truth to come out, and they will do everything to keep people and organizations quiet about the actual truth of these farms. That is what I feel. And maybe even the people who are gonna leave their farms, and they have stories to tell of what they needed to do to enable to sustain their farms, what they were told to do, what like authorities over them told them to do, in regards to in regards to their farms, and what they just had to do with their chickens and everything. They have stories to tell, and this King of Swords does not want those stories to come out. However, I think that it's going to be important with the Three of Cups. This is to me a card of community, of people coming together. I feel like these farmers, even though they have contributed to all of this for years, which is not great, but many of them probably did not have another choice, did not have another option for their jobs. And I feel like we as a community, we as a society need to stand behind them and allow their stories to be told, because I think there's going to be a lot of benefit within these farmers telling their stories about why they are leaving behind their farms and how it really went down. And I feel like there are going to be some authorities that are going to spin a certain narrative. Julia already says that's how it has gone so far, or that's how it's gone so far, or it's has gotten so far. I don't know which one you mean, but I agree with both. Um, yeah. So that is really interesting. That is what we can expect for the future of these factories and farms. So that's interesting. Yes. Okay. Um, just needed a little breath because, like I mentioned in the beginning, I am a teacher and I've been talking way too much. I have been talking way too much. Okay. So the next topic is really serious. Like pretty much everything we've talked about so far, really serious. But I am gonna open the articles that I want to share on screen. So before I share anything, I just want you to know that I take this really, really seriously. Um, I take this really seriously, and I will not have any um, Islamophobia. I will not have anyone saying like anything badly about this, because it will result in a deletion, banning, whatever, if you are not respectful about this. Because I'm going to share my screen here. Can I show? Yes. So what is going on here in Iran is oh, wait, where did am I sharing the wrong tab here? Yes. There was a 22-year-old Kurdish woman from the northwestern city of Saqqez, I think, and she passed in the hospital on Friday after spending 3 days in a coma. And she was arrested by morality police, who accused her of breaking the law requiring women to cover their hair with a hijab or headscarf and their arms and legs with loose clothing. She fell into the coma shortly after collapsing at a detention center, which is a video that I have seen, which I will not share here because it just doesn't feel right. I'm already getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And there were reports that the police beat her, banged her head, and it's real. It's really sad. It's like it says here, tragic. And what we are seeing right now. Can do I have some? No, I don't have it here. Let me share my other tab here. Let me share my other tab here. What we're seeing here. Why does it take so many clicks to share my screen? Yeah, we have the eruption of nationwide protests in Iran following the death of her. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce her name correctly, which is why I'm not trying. And we see a lot of protesters, and I've seen some statements of people talking about how women here in Iran are fighting for their right to not wear the hijab, where in other countries women are fighting for their right to wear a hijab, where both are just fighting for their right to choose when it comes to just your freedom, your choice, your freedom in general, but also religious freedom as well, which I think is really important. Yes, it says here, civil liberty groups continually spotlight the suppression of women in Iran, an entire part of society who have been the biggest losers of the Islamic Revolution of 1979. Iranian women were forced to wear the hijab soon after revolution and have lost so many of their rights, including right to travel, right to work, and right to child custody over the age of 7. Though here they are making the link between this and Islam. There definitely doesn't necessarily have to be. I have, throughout my life, I've had a lot of friends and a lot of loved ones who were Muslim, and they all have different viewpoints on their religion, as you do in any religion. So, yes, let's take a look. It is a really, really sad incident. It really is. This is the ultimate power game, policing other people's clothes and bodies. Yes. Um, so, okay, what I wanted to take a look at here. And I think what I'm going to use another tarot deck just because this is so heavy, this is so sad. And here I want to use the Good Karma Tarot because it gives me, I feel like it is going to be able to give uplifting messages without taking away the seriousness. That is what I think the Good Karma Tarot does really well. Rulers in non-democratic systems have always cited religion as a justification for their power. Yes, I am so 100% about religious freedom. However, yeah, there needs to be freedom with that as well, and the freedom to choose. So, what I want to know is, what will these protests lead to? That is just what I want to know. At first, I have a couple of questions that I think are going to be important too. And if you have any questions about this topic that you would like me to take a look at regarding this, let me know in the chat. But what will these protests lead to? What will these protests lead to? We have Chariot. I feel like they are going to be able to make a change. The Chariot, to me, like you can see here, it's a motorcycle. It's someone riding really fast. So I feel like this is motivation. This is moving forward. I feel like we are going to see changes here, even though it might not be immediately. I definitely feel like we are going to be able to see changes happening. Maybe it's not going to be, I'm dropping all my cards, sorry. Maybe it's not going to be as quickly as we may like to see. I feel like slowly but surely we're going to see steady progress. Drop some cards on the floor. So, yes, what else will these protests lead to? I like this image. We have the Four of Wands here, which in this case are two female presenting people who are looking happy, healthy. They have a safe space. They have a safe home. I so want this to be true. This is about, to me, the Four of Wands, especially this one, is about a safe space where you can be yourself, where you have the choice. And you see here, these arms are not covered. These people look happy. And I hope so much that this is what these protests will lead to more freedom for women, for anyone who wants to identify as a woman or a feminine. I'm trying to use my words carefully here because I don't think in a gender binary, but just for the sake of talking here and what is going on in Iran, I'm using the word women for this, and to hopefully have not as strict rules anymore, to not have as strict. Yes, the tarot cannot give us a timeline. We do not know how long it will take. With the Chariot, sometimes this could indicate that it's going to be quick, but for some reason, I feel like it's not going to be super quick. But I think throughout the years, we're going to see a stable increase within the rights for women and their rights to choose. I really think that is what we're going to see, and that eventually, I hope in our lifetimes, that we can see more like an actual safe space for these women. I just hope that these protests are getting the attention that they deserve and that they are getting the results that they deserve, as well as I hope just help from the outside. I really hope that they're getting help from the outside as well, from outside of Iran. what I want to know is, because I wrote down 2 more questions about this. What will the government of Iran do short term? And what will the government of Iran do long term? Those are 2 things that I really wanted to take a look at because, like we said, tarot cannot give us a timeline, but I think short term and long term are like 2 ways of at least looking a little bit at a timeline in regards to this, just because I think it's so important and I think it's so pressing that I really I really hope to be able to see somewhat of a timeline here. What will the government of Iran do short term regarding these protests? Wait. So the 5 of Cups is about disappointment. It's I feel like it's a loss of power here. The focus on the right. This is wild what I expected to pull. And the King of Cups here is showing emotional maturity, is showing like almost emotional grace. And here it looks like usually I see the King of Cups as someone offering something, but I sort of see it here in the King of Cups as well. Or sorry, I don't know what I said. Usually the Knight of Cups looks like someone offering something, but here it looks like the King of Cups offers something too. So I feel like short term they are gonna offer something which may even sort of bring the attention off of what has happened. That is what I feel like is going to happen short term, right? The government of Iran might do something that makes them look very emotionally mature and involved with the well-being of women. However, I feel like it's not going to do what the protesters really want the government to do. It's just going to be like a little bit of grace, just a little bit, like the bare minimum that they're going to give, even though the women of Iran need and deserve more. But because they are willing to give in just a little bit, I feel like it's gonna take away a bit of the attention that it has so far. That's interesting. So that is something that we can expect to happen short term. Now, what will the government of Iran do long term? What can we see in the government of Iran long term? I have the 10 of Wands. Eventually, I think that they are gonna, I don't know the right words, to come under pressure of like social pressure, maybe even from outside sources. They're just gonna get so much pressure to make more changes because eventually the thing that they're gonna give into, the bare minimum that they're gonna give, that they're gonna do, that they're gonna provide, it's gonna take away attention from what is happening right now for a little bit, because sooner or later people are gonna see like, hey, wait, we're going to need more than this. And they're going to succumb under pressure from society, from the protesters, from their own citizens, but also from the outside. Like Iran, I'm sure Iran has some connections to whatever other country or countries. And I feel like they're going to be put under pressure to make more changes. Let's see. I have Temperance. This is like my gay card. Isn't it? Like, look at the rainbow and this gender non-conforming person here. This is my gay card. Like long term, like this is long term, right? So this is not something that we can expect to happen like anytime soon, but it is promising to pull like my gay card for the government. I like this card too. I really, really like it. That is really promising. So I really, really, really hope that this means like progression for the LGBT people living in Iran, and that they're also going to be able to get that safe space. I really hope that that they're because I can imagine, like I don't know what is happening right now for LGBT people in Iran, but I cannot imagine that it's anything positive. And I hope that this card means that it's slowly but surely gonna shift in the future, where LGBT people can also feel safe in Iran. I really hope that that is what that means. So, okay, let's take a deep breath. This is a reading that I'm really happy that I chose the Good Karma Tarot for, and that gave me a lot of hope. I thought that this was going to be one of the toughest readings that I was going to do on this stream, which is why I wanted to do it somewhat in the middle. However, I am really quite pleased with this reading, and I'm really pleased with the outcome of this. So, yes, okay. Next, we have some more things that I wanted to talk about. So I have at least 2 news topics that I want to talk about, and the entertainment thing with Gaetz joining Twitch. So I'm sorry, I say that sentence and I cannot say it without laughing because it's funny to me. Okay, we let's talk about Liz Truss, I think it's Liz Truss, becoming Prime Minister of the UK. So I have, of course, another article that I want to share with you on the screen. It was really hard to find articles about this just because I was a little late. With this, so I had to dig a bit. Show on stream, yes. The moment that Liz Truss was announced as a new Tory leader, Tory voters have chosen Liz Truss as their new leader. I'm going to be sounding so dumb if that is not the way that I pronounce this. Hello, welcome to the chat. You are joining us while we are going to take a look at Liz Truss as the new prime minister. What is your opinion on the protests in Iran? Good question. We are just finished doing the reading on the protests, and it was a really promising reading. Where, if you want to take a look at it, you can probably scroll back. I think you are able to do that on Twitch as well. I think it's really good that women are sticking up for their rights to choose, for religious freedom. So that is just like my opinion in like a little tiny nutshell. But if you scroll back, you can hear my entire thoughts as well as the reading that I just did on it. So Liz Truss, as widely expected, she became leader. She's due to go to Baltimore. It says here within 24 hours. The protest is kind of close to me. My father is Iranian. I said that I've had a lot of Muslim friends in my life. Because of where I live, we have a lot of Muslim people. And my heart goes out to the people in Iran. So, like I said, definitely, if this protest is kind of close to me, I think you're gonna like the reading that I did, and I really encourage you to scroll back to when I started doing the reading. I think it's about maybe 20 minutes ago. So you can scroll back for 20 minutes, probably in the stream, and I think you're gonna really enjoy the reading that I did because it was really promising and really hopeful. So, okay, now I want to take a look at Liz Truss. Yes, I wanted to know what is Liz Truss? I'm gonna sound like such an idiot if that is not how you pronounce her name. But what is Liz Truss gonna do for the UK? I'm gonna be using my dreaming way again because it's straight to the point. What is Liz Truss gonna do for the UK? Sorry, but this is funny. Oh, sorry. No, I did not mean that. You are right. It is a bit insensitive to me to consider all Iranian Muslims. You're really right. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. That is not how I meant it at all. But I get that. Yes. So this is a card that I pulled for Liz Truss about what she's gonna do for the UK. If you don't know, the Five of Pentacles is about financial struggles. I'm not going to say poverty, but a little bit. So I'm laughing only because I think it's tragic. This, okay, I don't know too much about Liz Truss, right? Or UK politics in general. I'm just pulling the cards and telling you what I see. So the Five of Pentacles could indicate some financial struggles coming into the UK, which is not great. So that is one way of seeing that. I think Liz Truss will run the pound to the ground. This card makes sense then, doesn't it? It really does. Like I said, the Five of Pentacles is about poverty or about financial struggles, financial difficulties. So we're going to definitely see more financial difficulties for the UK. Truss, you as in mum. Oh, cool, thanks. Truss. So I have been pronouncing it incorrectly. Thank you. So that it's telling. It's telling, really. If I wanted to play devil's advocate and look at what the other side of the Five of Pentacles could mean, if it was more left wing parties, or if she was more left wing, I would say that she's gonna maybe stick up for rights on the for poorer people, for people living in poverty, or what is that saying, under the poverty line. I'm gonna take a look at that. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Let's take a look. I'm gonna try and share my screen for what I don't know if I can pronounce it. Alkexa? I think so. But what they just shared in the chat. Let's see, where is it? Here. This is the Truss's economic plan sends UK markets into meltdown. Traders' price in full point. Here are the key takeaways. The fiscal statement represented a sweeping rewrite of fiscal policy, slashing taxes and removing regulations with barely a nod to raising revenue. The plans represent a major gamble to bring about the government's aim to boost trend growth and raise Truss's chances of re-election. Ooh. Yeah. Does not look great. Wait, what? Huh? Change in family income? Huh? I had to take a look at this. Does this mean that the higher the income, the more tax cut? Huh? That's wild. Okay. So let's see. What else do we have here? Financial difficulties for everyone except the rich. That's what most political and economical think tanks have been predicting as a consequence of her policies. Yes. I don't know if you can read this, but there might be a paywall, but this is a good article. On average, a household in Slovenia will be better off than a British one. Let's see. There is a paywall. Yes, there is a paywall. That's too bad. But thank you for summarizing that. Thank you. Okay, so that's wild, but I guess not surprising. What else can we see for Liz Truss? What she's gonna do for the UK? What is she gonna do for the UK? Her plans are gonna. This is like the Eight of Wands. To me, this is about quick movements, and she is gonna do quick. She's she is now prime minister. She's not gonna sit still. She's gonna really quickly try to push through what it is that she wants to get done. She is gonna act really quickly. There's like barely any time to think. There's barely any time to think things through. So that's wild. She's really gonna move fast, which with what we just read. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. Now, yes, I just want to take another card for what she is going to do for the UK. What is she going to do for the UK? You guys, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. This is the Nine of Swords. This is anxiety. And here I have the King of Cups, but somehow I feel like it's not going to be charitable at all. I just feel like this means that she's going to just do big things for people high on top. And the Nine of Swords is my card of anxiety, of depression, of nightmares, of just feeling really, really, really bad and giving people a lot of anxiety. That is, like I said, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Yes, exactly. Same, same. I'm living that emoji right now. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can curse on stream. I tend to say the F word a lot. I don't know if I can curse on YouTube and Twitch Live. I don't know. I'm too new to this. I don't know if I can curse, but that is what I'm feeling. The F word. Yes. Okay. Now the last news cover. Let's see. You've never been to a football match, have you? No, and I plan to keep it that way. I plan to keep it that way. Far right, lol. I'm just gonna say I saw you. Of course, this is not the first time that you are here, but and I don't know in what part of the stream you are watching right now. But I am gonna be less graceful about some of the things that you mentioned in the previous live stream, because after looking some things up, I did not like it. So I'm just saying that I would appreciate it if you are a little bit more careful with your words, because like I said, I'm not gonna be as graceful with your takes and your statements as I was last time. So Lisa is a very gracious woman president, TBH. I don't know. I don't know much about her. So, okay. Next thing that I want to take a look at is the refugee crisis in the Netherlands. So, what is going on right now? And again, I'm a little bit late on this. There is it has been a while since this went sort of was really big, but we have some centers where asylum seekers can go to seek asylum and to get the whole process in motion. And there were so many people. I think it's like over 400, maybe. I'm pretty sure it was at one time, people sleeping outside, which is wild. Like, that is not correct for a human to live like that. No, I'm calling them refugees. I'm calling them refugees because they are seeking asylum, refugees. And here, oh wait, I'm not sharing my screen. Here, we see that. Wait, where is my correct? Here we see at least an article on that there's Dutch charity, Vluchtelingenwerk, which is like refugee aid group, is taking the Dutch state to court on Thursday in an effort to force the government to improve conditions at asylum seeker centers. Why do you keep referencing France? I'm obviously not talking about France. There are also no French refugees. So this is like your last chance to stop this, or I will ban you because I do not like this attitude, and I will not allow it on my channel. The agency is demanding officials bring accommodation up to European standards to October 1st, claiming that the care of refugees in the Netherlands has dropped below the humanitarian minimum. Like the Doctors Without Borders, I think, they had to come to the Netherlands, which is wild. They had to come to the Netherlands. because of this. So, okay. I am going to delete you because I don't like this. So, okay. So I did have one other article that I wanted to share. It is Dutch, so I will be translating it. So like this. Let's see. Yes. I'm pretty sure yes, I deleted the right people. Okay. This is about the same thing, but here it has the how do I say this? Like what they are asking for. They want day and night access to drinking water. These are like minimum. These are minimum, and this was not the case for these refugees. Um, they need access to health care. They need to have somewhat of privacy by closed of bedroom for families or groups of no more than 6 people. All asylum seekers need to have access to showers and toilets. There have to be enough adequate meals, and there should be access to education and like toys and playing accessibilities for kids. And they also want that all asylum seekers need to get a medical check before they get placed to another crisis center. Because recently, Vluchtelingenwerk, which is the refugee aid group, saw multiple pregnant women and sick asylum seekers. They found them in just tents and like other centers where they should not be. They should have proper care. So I'm just going to for just a little bit. I'm gonna put down the chat box because I don't like what what I'm seeing on screen, to be honest. Okay. So what I want to take a look at, this refugee crisis in the Netherlands. I know that we are not just seeing that in the Netherlands. I know that it's something that we are seeing more of. So what I want to know is just what is going to happen for these refugees and this. They are calling it a refugee crisis, but I see it more as a refugee scandal because that's not exactly it. They don't necessarily want, like, seekers want property, as in they should have the human right to have a roof over their head. Yes, that's my take on that. Anyway, I'm just trying to reposition myself. What I wanted to take a look at is what can we see happen now? Or I was saying they are calling this a refugee crisis, but the point is not really that there are a lot of refugees. The point here is that the refugees that are here are not properly taken care of. And we do definitely have the resources to take care of them. But many people just don't want to. They just refuse to. They're like, well, if we don't take care of them, they will go back to whatever. It's a failure in the state's duty of care scandal. Absolutely. It's more a refugee handling scandal than anything else. So that is just my opinion. Let's take a look. What can we expect here in the Netherlands? And then I want to take a look at the European scope. But in the Netherlands, what can we see happen about this refugee situation? I have the Three of Wands. I don't like that. The Three of Wands is a card to me of travel, of Like I feel like they are trying to move them elsewhere, or they're just gonna make them go from one center to another without actually helping them get asylum and get a roof over their head and get to be living as a Dutch citizen. I feel like they're just gonna be beaten around the bush. I think that's the right term of words, where um, where they're just hoping that these people, because they're not just refugees, they are people, um, where they are eventually going to be like, well, I'm not getting what I need and what I deserve, honestly, what they deserve. They're not going to get that because people refuse to give them what they deserve. So they might be trying to find it elsewhere. That's really sad, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, it's not surprising, but it is really sad. Let's see. What else? So here we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Justice card. I feel like eventually, I don't know how long this is going to take, but eventually there are going to be laws set into place. Changes are going to be made, laws are going to be set into place, and I don't know which way it's going to go. Either it's going to be made harder, even harder for asylum seekers to actually seek asylum, or hopefully, because we are looking at the Wheel of Fortune here, and the turning of the wheel means an actual change. And since it is already hard to actually seek asylum, I hope that this means that there are going to be laws put into place to just properly take care of these people, to properly help them seek asylum. And if it's not possible within the Netherlands, or they do not, I don't know, meet requirements of asylum seekers here in the Netherlands, that they're at least gonna be getting some help. I feel like that's the bare minimum. And even like, I am already of the opinion that your country does not need to be in war um, in order for you to have a right to be an asylum seeker and to seek asylum and to move to another country. That's just my opinion. Um, and also, and not just that, but your country can still like not be in war, but there might be some persecutions to, I don't know, if you're LGBT, and you are not able to safely live in your country. I feel like just your country does not have to be at war for you to have the right to seek asylum. So that is my personal opinion. Um, yes, okay. Another deep breath, okay? Because we've been talking about a lot of serious stuff today. Okay. Um, I think no, I want to have my chat up, but I still see some messages from the previous person that I just do not feel comfortable sharing on screen because I highly disagree with their takes. And I already banned them, but it's still shown. I'm pretty sure it's still shown in chat if I put it up. So the last thing that I want to talk about, okay, and this is quite funny, okay. Like I already mentioned in the beginning of the stream, the underlying issue and the underlying background of this person is not something to laugh about. But I can report him if he is harassing. He, or I don't know if it is he. Let's just say they were on YouTube, but I deleted their chats. So they were here last time as well, and it wasn't fun. They were very um what do we say it was? They were very much trying to bug me on purpose. Yes, I have the chat up again because I know the people who are here now are here to have a good time. So I really appreciate you being here. And I hope that I will be able to see you here more often afterwards as well. However, we're not done yet because we have one more thing, at least one more thing, unless there's anything that you guys want to ask about. Otherwise, after this topic, I'm just going to be doing some viewer readings for you guys. But I have to laugh, okay? Matt Gaetz joined Twitch and it did not go well. I'm sorry. I find it really funny. I watch Hassan Abi. I watch him sometimes on Twitch, but usually he streams just as I like leave my computer for the day. And okay, can I just scroll? Thank you. Even his face, it makes me both mad and laugh at the same time. However, okay, he's a GOP representative. I think he's like Florida. Matt Gaetz, he decided to try his hand at Twitch, and he was greeted with digital pics and users calling him a, let's just say it, a PDF file. That is the words that people are using. And like I said, this guy himself really problematic, really like more than problematic, okay? Because of what he is alleged to have done. That's really serious. That's not a laughing matter at all. However, it looks like he has been trying to get in touch with the younger crowd. And one way was to stream on Twitch. So let me see. What are you saying? As a happy European, I'm not worried about people coming to visit across non-existing borders from France. Yes. Wait, what is that emote that you are using? That's really funny. That's really funny. Okay. So, the Florida congressman launched his stream Thursday with a 30-minute ramble about the January 6th Capitol riot with Darren Beatty, who is an ex-Trump speechwriter. And in a live recording of Gaetz's podcast, the two went on about Ray Epps. Like, I don't know who these people are, you guys. The man at the center of a right-wing conspiracy claiming undercover FBI agents led the mob of Trump supporters into the Capitol on January 6th, known as the Fedsurrection. Wait, what? This January 6th, like, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Again, the stream ended with Gaetz bashing the defunding of police, wokeism in public schools, and blaming the squad of 4 progressive congresswomen for just about everything. This was so funny, you guys. It says here, Gates' stream setup looked like a boomer auctioneer turned sportscaster with clunky headphones. Let's be honest, my setup, not necessarily the best either. But I'm also just a teacher who streams in her free time. So it's common for streamers to leave their chat rooms open to let their community flourish while they're still offline. Moderation is usually light and typically done through blacklisting certain words and slurs. But this was clearly a bad idea for Gaetz. The messages just started flooding in. The user who goes by literally just vibing here says, "Hey, effing bitch, Matt, what's up, dumb F, and you dumbus." Okay, yeah. I don't know if I like that word, but I get what they're trying to do here. And then Creative Troll rolled into Gates' chat and began to type in this dot work art here. Oh no. I don't know if I can. Oh no, this is really bad. Like, this is literally. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen right now because things are starting to grow real bad. But yeah, I just wanted to take a look at that. I don't even know if I necessarily want to pull cards on this. This was just something that I wanted to share because I think it's sort of funny that there are that he joined Twitch, because I'm also just I didn't just join Twitch, but I'm just starting to dabble into streaming on Twitch as well. And I'm really more comfortable on YouTube, but I just thought if I'm going to go live on YouTube, I might as well go live on Twitch as well. Because I don't know, I feel like people definitely talk about the news, of course, on Twitch. And like I said, I've been watching. Yes, he got a whole load of his own medicine and got trolled. Absolutely, yes. Anyway, um, like I said, I follow Hassan Abi and I watch his Twitch streams and his clips on YouTube. So I feel like there's definitely a lot of leftist, left wing political commentators, but I feel like I haven't really seen that being combined with tarot, which is what I wanted to do. So unless you guys have a question about like Matt Gaetz joining Twitch, what I should take a look at, let me know. Ooh, wow, that was so sorry. I really hope you didn't hear that. Just like a little burp came up. Sorry. Just I cannot always